Now that I've had these bad boys for almost a year, we're rounding on to about 10 months now, I thought it's time for me to finally sit down and talk about my veneer journey, as I used to look like this. Kind of scary, but honestly, my teeth were never that bad, and I have very specific reasons as to why I chose composite veneering over the traditional porcelain veneers. I did a little vlogging of the day that I got the teeth done, just so you guys can get an idea of what it's like, what to expect, and then I want to talk about the pros, the cons, would I do it again? Would I suggest it for you? First, I'm going to insert a little bit of vlog footage that I took. If you're not interested in that, I will have timestamps down below. Definitely skip ahead to whatever you'd like.
One last shot of my old teeth. There's gapping, they're uneven. Listen, they're not overall bad teeth. They're not like where I want them to be. Why not? If you can improve something about yourself, give yourself more confidence, like why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? All right, doctor, before we start, I just have one quick question for everybody. Now, why would you choose composite veneers over porcelain veneers?
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Parsi. Actually, this is a very common question that lots of patients ask. A personal choice if you want to go with composite or porcelain, and there's pros and cons for each of them, definitely. The reason that we're known for our composite veneers and we prefer to do composite veneers over the porcelain is that people who want to get a conservative way of cosmetic treatments, we definitely consider composite veneers because it's very minimal, and in some cases that they don't have crowding or any specific shape of the teeth, we don't even touch the top teeth. The bottom ones are different because usually the bottom ones hit the top ones from back, and we have to create the space for our veneers by reduction of 0.5 to 7 millimeter of the tip of the teeth. But it's a very conservative way of treatment.
I am literally like 5 minutes away before my procedure starts. I'm about to get a full makeover on these teeth. I'm surprised if this footage isn't completely blurry because I am so nervous. We are officially halfway done. I'm already blown away with the results and I cannot wait to see how these are gonna turn out. All right, so we're on another little break. I'm almost done. I have 2 more teeth to do on this side and 2 more on this side. I am so far like blown away.
So that after video I inserted, I actually went back to my doctor, Dr. Parsi, and I asked her to make my teeth even smaller. They were giving me a little bit like Jim Carrey wearing the mask. You know what I'm talking about, those kind of big chiclet looking teeth. She was extremely accommodating and she shaved them down even smaller. So guys, do I suggest composite veneers for you? First of all, like the doctor mentioned, there are pros and cons to both. So let's go over some of those. So some of the pros for getting composite veneers over porcelain veneers. With composite veneers, the ones that I have here, you don't actually have to shave down much of your natural tooth. Because my teeth are relatively healthy, I didn't want a procedure that was going to literally shave them down into little nubs. I just feel like it would cause issues in the long run. It would cause sensitivity. My gut instinct was telling me, don't destroy your natural tooth. And I ended up being very correct because almost every dentist that I went to was like, do not do it. Do not shave down your teeth. People are so regretful that get them done. They call them turkey teeth because people go to Turkey because you can't afford to get them done here. And they're like, just don't do it. You're going to regret it. I ended up going to a couple doctors because I really was unhappy with my teeth. Now, keep in mind, I have gotten over the years a few comments here and there, what's wrong with your teeth? Go fix your teeth. But it didn't have as much of an effect as how I already felt about it. When I was young, I wore braces, I wore retainer, I wore headgear, the whole deal. But as I went into my 20s, I didn't wear my retainer and my teeth started to shift. And I really was unhappy with the appearance of them. I really was just like, ugh, like this doesn't reflect the way I want it to. I feel like, you know, like anyone who gets any type of plastic or cosmetic surgery, you just want to better yourself, improve yourself. So I did go visit several doctors to get porcelain veneers, and they were explained that they would give me crowns, they would shave my tooth down and then build the tooth like around that. And porcelain, what it is a type of glass that is very, very hard to break. Whereas composite veneers are made of the same material that like when you chip your tooth and they need to make it look uniform again, that's what they use. So it's not the same material, meaning that composite veneers are not as strong as the porcelain veneer. But with the porcelain veneer, you have to shave down your tooth. There's no other way, and they are at constant risk of popping off. So all of these things, even though I went to the doctors to get the veneers, I was like, there's something that is just telling me not to do this. And I am so frigging happy that I waited off on it. I didn't even know there was an option like composite veneers. So with composite veneers, there's minimal to no shaving of the tooth. Whereas when you have to get porcelain veneers, they shave it down really, really small. So with composite veneers, if I really wanted, I could go to the dentist right now and be like, can you take these off? I don't like them. I want my tooth back. This is all material that is able to be moved. But with that being said, it is not as strong as porcelain veneers, so they will not last as long. On average, these teeth last 5 to 10 years, depending on how well you take care of them. That means constant flossing, constant cleaning them, constant using your water pick. So when you put in foreign material into your mouth. This is what the doctor told me. Apparently, your mouth does not like that at all. So what it does is it builds extra plaque and everything on top of it. So you really, really have to keep up with the maintenance of these, cleaning them every day, just regular hygiene, but even taking it a little step further. I'm not sure about porcelain veneers, how you have to clean them, but I imagine it's kind of the same thing, except with porcelain veneers, they will never ever change color at all. With composite veneers, the ones that I have, they do change color over time. So again, maintenance of them is super duper important. With the place that I went to, which is Centre Dental here in Toronto, they actually provide lifelong polishes. So because these are not regular teeth, they don't respond to using whitening soaps or scraping it or anything like that. I've gone maybe 2 or 3 times and my teeth are still really, really white. Almost too white. Sometimes they give me friends when Ross goes and gets his teeth done and they look insane. Sometimes it gives me that, but overall, I frigging love them. Now let's talk about the cost. This is the biggest point that it, like, other than the fact that not damaging your original tooth, this is the second point as to why I went with composite veneers over porcelain, and that is because it is a fraction of the cost, like maybe 1/10 of the cost. I believe a good set of porcelain veneers done at a proper place, not overseas or anything crazy like that, is $50,000 to $100,000. My teeth here, they cost me $9,000 Canadian, meaning American, which most of my audience is, even cheaper. So beyond worth it for me. If you take a look at my befores, I just wasn't happy with it. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't feel as confident in those teeth, and now I feel so much more confident. Now, a little bit of what you can expect from the procedure. So I got a lot of questions like, is it weird to eat? Are you sore? Nothing like that. Maybe the first 4 or 5 hours, you just have to get used to more stuff in your mouth. Other than that, there's no getting used to it. There's no downtime. There's no relatively no soreness. I think maybe my gums were slightly sore for an hour or 2 after they actually put it in. She did all of my teeth in one sitting. I didn't want to go, because typically you can choose to get it done because it takes about like 4 or 5 hours. So typically you can choose to do your top row one day and then the bottom row the next day. But I wanted to get it done all in one go. So it was like 4 to 5 hours, maybe less. Not bad at all. The only annoying part was actually keeping your mouth open for that wide. That was a little weird. But other than that, there was no pain. It was just mostly my nerves and excitement that like was tripping me out, you know what I mean? As you saw in my little vlog footage, very, very simple. On the day you get there, they put you in the chair, they briefly explain to you what they're gonna be doing, how you have to keep your mouth open. They explain the cleaning process, how it's important now to take extra good care of your dental hygiene, and then you get to choose your color. So I went with the second whitest one. I felt like the white one, it was just way too bright. I even could have went a couple shades darker, but in the end, I am happy that I chose this. If the teeth get dirty as the years go by, like at least they're starting this white. So by the end, like, you know what I mean? They're not going to be so yellow or gross. But that's what you do. You pick your color and then the doctor comes in and one by one does the teeth. She covers them with the material, shapes them out. And what I really loved is she stopped halfway through. She gave me plenty of breaks and she would give me a mirror and she's like, this is what they look like so far. What are you thinking? So I could put in my input as I went, which I really, really liked. And at the end, what she had given me, they were like pretty large, so I wanted her to shave them down a little bit, which she did. But again, I went back maybe 2 or 3 weeks later after having them, after getting used to them on my face. I wanted to go a little bit smaller, so she went even smaller for me. I love a doctor that's willing to work with you, that's not like, I love a doctor that's willing to follow what you want and doesn't just go with what they think. They really want to please you. She didn't get offended that I was like you know, what, second guessing her work or anything like that. So I really loved the overall experience. Now, would I suggest it for you? If you have teeth that truly bring down your spirit like mine did, I say if you can get the money, go for it. I was able to finance it, so it is a very easy payment a month. I think like $200 or $300, something like that. I will admit though, it took some getting used to. Right away, I really felt like it was in your face and it looked like too much. But as time went by, I feel like they started to kind of make their way fitting onto my face. I love the way they look. I'm really happy I did them. If you were feeling like I did and you were not confident in your smile, I highly suggest this for you. I feel so much better about myself. I feel so confident when I talk now, when I smile. I'm more inclined to smile. Now, a little word about the wearability. So I've had it now, I said about 10 months. I will say I have only ever had one small chip, and it was like behind, not actually showing, but behind the tooth, and my doctor fixed it and no problem. It was super fast, and like I've mentioned, I've had about 2 or 3 polishes. They're very fast, simple, and easy to call and book. So overall, I'm really happy with the choice I made. I love the way the veneers look. I love that there's an option now that you can go for something that's not so severe to your teeth and still have a cosmetic transformation. I really love the choice I made. I hope if you were considering composite veneers that I helped answer some questions for you, maybe swayed you to go get them. Go treat yourself. Go do it if you can. Why the hell not? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys!